All right, and for this process of cell division, I'm going to walk you through the process of meiosis, which is a double division where we start with one parent cell and end up with 4 daughter cells. And this is the process that we use for sexual reproduction. This time, same as last, we will have the chromosomes showing up in prophase 1. Okay, those chromosomes are going to appear in the cell, and the chromosomes, again, before we start that cell division process, would have doubled. And so I'm going to mark that as the doubling by just putting an extra paper clip on top that's supposed to represent the doubled DNA. So again, this cell right now has twice as much DNA as it's supposed to have. It's only supposed to have 4 chromosomes, and technically it does have 4 chromosomes, but each of those chromosomes has double the normal amount of DNA. Okay? So in prophase 1, our chromosomes are visible and they appear. Next up, we have metaphase, and in metaphase 1, rather than having our chromosomes all in a line, like we did with mitosis, this time our big chromosomes are going to line up next to each other, like this, and our little chromosomes are going to line up next to each other like this. Okay? So instead of having all in one row, we're going to have our, what we call homologous pairs. We're going to have our homologous pairs together. So our big ones are together and our little ones are together. That's metaphase 1. In anaphase 1, those homologous pairs separate. So the bigs separate from each other, the littles separate from each other. And then again, with telophase 1, they split into different areas of the cell. So then our cell can divide in half, and we end up with one cell on this side and a second cell on this side. So 2 cells, like this. But our division is not yet done because we still have our doubled DNA, and that's not going to work. And so we have to split those again. So in order to split those again, each of those cells is going to go through division. Again, let's turn them this way just so it'll make that easier. So again, now we have to do metaphase 2, where all of our chromosomes are going to line up, and this looks more like mitosis now. Our chromosomes are going to line up in the middle, like this. Okay? And then we go through anaphase 2, where those chromosomes separate from each other. Separate here, and then in this cell, same thing, separate here in anaphase. And then lastly, telophase 2, where again we have our DNA just separating itself to different parts of the cell, and then those cells are going to split. So this one is going to split into 2. So now we have 2 cells over here. And then this one is going to split into 2. So we have 2 cells over here. So at the end of meiosis, we end up with 4 sex cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them having half the amount of DNA as we had originally had in the parent cell. The parent had 4, now each of these has 2. And as you can see, we have one set over here that are similar to each other and one set over here that are similar to each other, but not all 4 are the same like we saw in mitosis.